بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على أشرف الأنبياء المرسلين محمد وأهل بيت الطيبين الطاهرين المعصومين سيما الإمام المنتظر الحجة الثاني عشر روحي وأرواح العالمين لتراب مقدم الفداء أما بعد فقد قال الله سبحانه وتعالى في كتابه المجيد والفرقان الحميد بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ربي زدني علما صدق الله العلي العظيم. Right, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh to all students, and welcome to book 3, and welcome to those brothers and sisters who had taken a break and come back and want to complete book 3. So hope everyone can hear me loud and clearly. Now, those who have done some parts of book 3 and those who have started, so inshallah, those who are doing the book 3 for the first time, they will be given a bit more preference to those who have done book 3 already to some extent. Of course, I will answer and cater for everyone, but those who are doing the book 1 for the first time, I will bring them and encourage them as well. And of course, other students who are in there who are revising and or trying to review the book, by all means, I will bring you and ask you questions as well. And the other thing which I want to insist upon everyone is with book 3, this will be probably the book which is more challenging than book 2 and 1. And after this book, I will try to launch a Arabic textbook course as well. For this reason, it's important that please do each of the lessons, write the lessons out, send me a voice recording, and I will be, inshallah, with yourselves doing dictation tests as well randomly. I'm not going to tell you when. Randomly, I will do a dictation test just to test yourself that your writing skills in the Arabic language are up to scratch as well. And please, insist upon this, that do the homeworks, write the homeworks out and the exercises and send that across to me, because if you don't do it, then you will tend to find that you start slacking and you will not be able to perform best of your abilities itself. I know everyone, mashallah, is talented in the group, and that's the reason why, and I keep the classes once a week just to support yourself, so that you can adapt with your family life and your study life as well. Now, lesson number 1, I will be starting with. So lesson number 1 is all about inna. And so inna is a particle which we'll be discussing today. And inshallah, this time I'm going to try to use a approach which I have used with the other classes, but I'm going to make this consistent with yourselves, that each lesson, because of this lesson of book 3, it's mainly dealing with grammatical concepts. So inshallah, after each lesson, we will try to implement those concepts on the ayat of the Quran as well, so that you get practice in trying to understand these concepts being used in the Quran as well. And I would encourage yourselves, once you've done the exercises, write those ayats of the Quran so that you can familiarize yourself, and Allah as well, that this time with yourselves to see what the response I get. I'll try to use the ayats which are in the praise of the Ahlul Bayt alayhimus salam as a point of reference, as examples for the grammatical rulings as well, inshallah, so that you familiarize yourself with ayats related to the Ahlul Bayt in the Quran with the grammatical concepts. Is that okay with everyone?
Yes.
Yes, Maulana.
Right, and the other thing I'm going to encourage as well, I'm going to make yourselves in pairs of 2s. So I think starting it from America, So Sister Gulshan and Sister Parveen Naqavi, you will be a good pair together.
Yes.
And then Sister Kulthum is here as well. And Sister Kulthum, if you can join with Sister Mukarrama Walji.
Sheikh Islam, I am actually driving, so I'm going to listen today.
Well, that's fine, but I'm going to pair you up with your Sister Mukarrama.
Perfect.
That works out. And then Sister Parveen Razaya, Sister Zainul Nadri. And then Sister Salma, I would like you, or Sister Salma and Sister Kulsum would be actually a better pair because Sister Mukarrama is traveling to Africa. I think it would be a better option for Sister Salma with Sister Kulsum. Sister Salma, is Sister Mansoura going to join us as well?
I just sent her the link.
Yep.
I think she's working right now.
Right, okay, that's fair enough. That's fair enough. So I'll try to squeeze in a different class to facilitate for her as well. And Sister Farwa Jafri, I will try to pair you up with Sister Hamdani if she's available, because she should be, but she hasn't arrived. And then Sister Munira, if Sister Munira can pair up with Sister Mukarrama, as she's going to be in Africa as well, that would be great. And Sister Shukran.
Yes. If she can just call me up when she's
Yes, inshallah. We'll start, inshallah.
But this is something really important. Okay. Now, so this, first of all, starting this lesson about Inna itself. Now, I'm going to lay the foundation for this lesson first, what this lesson is about. So this lesson of book 3, the first lesson, it relates to Mubtada and Khabar. So as you know, everyone knows that Mubtada and Khabar, what are they? Can anyone explain to me what is Mubtada and Khabar? Sister Farwa Jafri, can you explain to me when I say Mubtada and Khabar, what is it?
It is a noun followed by some description of it. So the khabar gives us information about the word that it is following.
Correct. So in English, it's called subject and predicates, correct?
Yes.
Correct. Now, do you remember what things can come as the subject? So, for example, in book 1, lesson number 1, we spoke about Hada. Do you remember that?
Yes.
So we said Hada Kitabun. In lesson number 1, we said Hada was the subject and Kitabun was the
Khabar.
Correct. And then Hada Kitabun is Mubtada and Khabar, correct?
Yes.
That's number 1. Then lesson number 2, we spoke about the definite article. Do you remember that? Al-Kitabu.
Yes.
So that is a second thing which can come as the subject or the mubtada for a nominal sentence. So whenever a noun has the definite article, it makes the noun a proper noun. And that is allowed because you could only talk about specific things which are specified. So that's the reason why you can have hada. So when you say hada kitabun, you're not talking about any particular book. You're talking about a certain book. You're pointing towards something hada kitabun. So it restricts what you're talking about, the noun itself, kitabun. Correct?
Yes.
And then the next thing was al-kitabu jamilun. The book is
beautiful.
Beautiful. So al-kitabu, the definite article, it specifies the book. So the book is a particular book. And for example, if I say kitabun jamilun, Kitabun Jamil means a beautiful. Exactly, a beautiful book. So it's a beautiful book. It could be a maths, English, science book. You're not specifying it. So that's called nakira, when the book is not specified. So you cannot have a subject without alif lam. Number 1. Number 2, I did the definite. Number 3, what we did in book 1, I'm trying to recall it from my memory. In book lesson number 3, we started about pronouns as well. Do you remember that? We spoke about pronouns.
Yeah.
So we said, how do you say he is a student?
هو طالب
Huwa talibun, correct. So we said huwa talibun. So the translation will be
He is a student.
he is a student. So how do you know he is a student? Student is the actual khabar, the news we're
Yes.
providing for the listener. What is the actual linking particle between the student and he? What is the thing which creates that relationship between the two?
Because it is a nominal sentence, a noun is followed by a description of the noun.
Yeah, but if I said he,
Tanween and the talibun.
correct. And also, when you say he, if I said he student, does that make any sense in the English language? He student.
No. Not in, I mean, he is a student. We'll need a connecting word in between in English.
Exactly, exactly. So the connecting word in English is the is itself.
Yes.
Exactly. And Sister Parveen Akvi has mentioned another very valid point, which is that whenever a noun has a definite article, like al-kitabu jamilun, both nouns are marfu. Both nouns are marfu. Marfu meaning that both of them should have a dhamma at the end, dhamma tanween or a dhamma itself. Because al-kitabu has the definite article, for this reason, there is no dhamma tanween. It has only one dhamma, al-kitabu, no al-kitabun. Correct?
Right.
And jamilun has a dhamma tanween. Why is it not a jamilu?
Sorry, can you say that again?
So why is it jamilun? Why cannot I say jamilu? What thing it prevents it from not getting a dhamma, but instead it gets a dhamma tanween, jamilun?
I think it has to do with if it's a definite or an indefinite, like is it one particular object or a generic reference?
Common noun, exactly.
Yeah.
So jamilun is a common noun. So that's the reason why all nouns, when they do not have alif lam, their default position is with a dhamma tanween. Jamilun, kitabun, mindilun, babun. So all of nouns in Arabic end with a dhamma tanween. Is that clear so far?
Right.
Okay, so we did, first one we did hada, second one we did alif lam, third one was this huwa we did, the fourth one is what? Names of individuals.
Okay. Yeah.
So all names of individuals can come as subject. For example, I can say farwa, talibatun, mujtahidatun. Farwa, talibatun, mujtahidatun. I've added an adjective as well. So farwa is a hardworking
female student.
Yeah, female student. So Farwa is a name because when you talk about names, when you have names of individuals, they are treated as proper nouns. So they are entitled, are allowed to come as the subject in a nominal sentence. Is that clear so far?
Yes.
Finally, number 5. What was number 5? Number 5 will be all, for example, I did this with other classes as well, mudaf, mudaf ilay. So when we say, like example, kitabu aliyin, what does kitabu aliyin mean?
It is Ali's book.
Kitabu aliyin. Ali's book, jamilun. Kitabu aliyin, jamilun.
Ali's book is beautiful.
Exactly. Ali's book is beautiful. So here, mudaf, mudaf ilay, kitabu aliyin, jamilun. Ali's book is beautiful. So mudaf, mudaf ilay, which is a phrase. If I said Ali's book and stayed quiet, it's not a complete sentence because there's no is to link it with a statement, because a statement is only made when there are two nouns together. So when you add the phrase with a noun, then it becomes a statement. So when you say Ali's book is beautiful, it's a complete sentence. So a complete sentence is a statement, correct?
Right.
Otherwise, if I say Kitabu Ali, Ali's book, and remain quiet, it remains as a phrase.
Right. It just identifies a book and doesn't.
Exactly. Exactly. Is that clear, Sister Farwa?
Yes. Yes.
Right. Let's start now. Any questions from anyone so far? Sister Zamunasa, Sister Sharabana Khako, Sister Salma, Sister Parveen Razai. Any questions so far?
No, thank you, Sheikh.
Okay.
No, thank you, sir.
Okay. So I would, those who have done this book already, do give me your feedback, because it's good to get my feedback. So I'm always keen to listen to feedback as well. So you probably see I may do different approaches, and let me know which approach you find better in teaching this book as well. Right, I'm going to ask you now yourself, sister, and I'll bring everyone on the mic as well. So I'm going to ask now Sister Salma.
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum assalam wa rahmatullah. You home today?
I am.
Okay, mashallah, good. Yeah.
Alhamdulillah.
Bismillah. So I want you to start with point number 1 in this lesson, and inna.
Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. In this lesson, we learn the following. Inna. In Arabic, there are 2 types of sentences. One, the nominal sentence. Jumlatu ismiya, wherein the first word is a noun, like al-kitabu sahlun, the book is easy. The noun which commences the nominal sentence is called mubtada, while the second part is called khabar. And the second one we have is the verbal sentence al-jumlatu fi'liya, wherein the first word is a verb. So kharaja Bilalun, Bilal went out. The particle inna is used at the beginning of a nominal sentence. For example, innal kitaba sahlun, or al kitabu sahlun. Note that the noun after inna is mansub.
Just 1 second, sister. Just 1 second, Sister Salma. Now, over here now, in the example al-kitabu sahlun, so this is a nominal sentence. Where is the mubtada? Where is the khabar?
The mubtada is kitabu, al-kitabu,
Correct.
and the khabar is sahlun, because
Correct.
it's telling me that the book is easy.
Excellent. And the jumla fi'liya, the verbal sentence, where is this verb? So in a jumlatul fi'liya, in a verbal sentence, what do we normally have? How many components do we have?
In this case, you have to, where it says it says kharaja Bilalun, so there'll be an action that a noun is doing.
Correct.
So Bilal is the noun, and the verb is the kharaja of what he is doing.
Correct. So now the other point I need to mention, remind yourself again. So you will say kharaja is the verb, Bilalun is the doer, the fa'il.
Right.
Fa'il is spelled, I'll write this in the chat box as well, the word fa'il, so you have the correct spelling. Just 1 second. So fa'il is a doer of the verb. And what is the harakat on the word Bilalun? What harakat does it end with?
It ends with dhamma tanween.
Excellent.
In this case, yes.
Correct. That is correct. So always, whenever the verb comes, whenever a verb comes, there's always a doer of the action.
Yes.
And he is called the fa'il.
Yes.
Thank you for that. Brilliant. And then, Jazakallah for that. So kharaja is the verb, Bilalun is the?
The doer, the fa'il.
Yeah, that's right. Jazakallah for that. Thank you for that. Let me now bring someone else on the mic. I'm going to now bring, can I request now Sister Parveen Naqavi? Now, Sister Salma read the first 2 paragraphs. Now, I want you to read the next paragraph, the particle inna. She starts with this. Now, I want you to elaborate on this now, please. Go ahead.
Okay. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Particle inna is used at the beginning of the nominal sentence. For example, innal kitaba sahlun. Al-kitabu sahlun. This is the jumlatul ismiya, and inna comes in front of it, and then it becomes innal kitaba sahlun.
Excellent. Excellent. Just 1 second now. Now, first, remember this point, as I mentioned earlier, that the mubtada and khabar, they are always in marfu, halatul marfu. Do you want to write that again in the chat box? So these words are important. Halatul
Marfu.
marfu. I'll write this down for you. Al marfu. Halatul marfu. So al-kitabu is with a dhamma. Sahlun does not have the alif lam. Therefore, we can give it a dhamma tanween. So al-kitabu sahlun. Now, the word inna. Now, inna itself, it comes in the beginning of a sentence. So a nominal sentence is a sentence mubtada and khabar. What does inna do? First of all, inna, it gives the meaning of indeed or surely. So it gives the meaning of indeed or surely. And when it comes in the beginning of a nominal sentence, it changes the harakat. It changes the harakat. Can you see innal kitaba?
Right.
Innal kitaba
changes into mansub.
Correct. It changes the mansub. It receives the fatha, and sahlun, but it remains with still a dhamma tanween. Now, the only thing different here now, when we say al-kitabu sahlun, we say al-kitabu is mubtada, sahlun is
khabar.
But when inna comes, it cancels the relationship of mubtada and khabar and takes ownership of the sentence. Now al-kitaba will be called the ism of inna, and sahlun will be treated as the khabar
of inna.
Is that clear for everyone? Sister Zainab Nadari, Parveen Razai.
Yes, Sheikh.
Yeah.
Kitab is ism of inna and sahlun is the khabar.
Correct.
Okay.
And who else is the newcomers? Sister Narjis, I think you're there. Is that clear for you as well, Sister Narjis?
Yes.
So what is the term
Thank
that
you.
we'll call inna? So sorry.
Yeah, what was the question, Sister Farwa?
I'm saying that if kitab is still the noun and or mubtada and sahal is still the khabar, what is the phrase or grammatical term that describes inna?
So inna, it's okay. Good question. So inna itself, it's called a particle. I'm just going to use with the particle inna. It cancels whenever. So let me explain it another way. Al-kitabu sahlun was mubtada and khabar. So
yeah,
it's okay. So when inna comes, it cancels. Let me use the word carefully. It cancels the relationship of mubtada and khabar with each other.
all right.
Like kitabu sahlun, it was mubtada and khabar, but when inna comes, it cancels that relationship and it takes ownership of the sentence construction itself.
All right.
So then we will call al-kitaba, what we call al-kitabu was the mubtada, but it will no longer be called the mubtada, but it will be called the ism of inna.
All right.
And sahlun will be treated as the khabar of inna.
All right. All right. Thank you.
So, for example, I'll give you examples from the ayats of the Quran, inshallah, next week. Today, I'm just going to teach. Next week, I'll give you ayats from the Quran so that to understand this further. Okay? Clear? Right.
Yeah, perfectly clear. Thank you.
Go ahead, Sister Zainab. Sorry, Parveen, we finish it off. Note that.
Okay. Note that the noun after inna is mansub. That is, it has a ending. After the introduction of inna, the mubtada is no longer called mubtada, but it is instead called ismu inna, and the khabar is called khabaru inna. Inna signifies emphasis. It can be translated as indeed, surely, no doubt, and verily.
Exactly. Jazakallah. Thank you for that. Is that clear so far?
Can I ask one question? What does it mean by mansub? That means that the pronoun will be joining with inna and will be the last part of that phrase?
No. So mansub, So when a noun, so remember in book 1, we talk about the 3 states of a noun.
Mm-hmm.
So let me get that onto the screen. Give me 1 second,
Thank you.
because this is a important thing to understand. All right. So the vowels itself, we have fatha, kasra, dhamma,
Mm-hmm.
and sukoon.
Mm-hmm.
Now, when the noun, so this is it. Let me make it full screen. So when the noun
Mm-hmm.
takes a dhamma at the end, dhamma
Right.
or dhamma, sorry, let me speak it bigger. So when a noun gets a dhamma,
Mm-hmm.
like kitabun,
Mm-hmm.
al-babu, babun is called a dhamma. Now the dhamma itself, it could be of dhamma tanween or dhamma itself, okay? So it has that subcategory of dhammas. It'd be a dhamma tanween or dhamma. Now the state of the noun affected by a dhamma is called marfu.
All right.
So that's called like Aminatu bintun jamilatun. So bintun jamilatun. So this is called marfu. When the noun ends with the dhamma tanween or dhamma, that state of the noun is called marfu. In English,
right.
it's called a nominative case.
Yes.
So when we talk about marfu or mansub or so marfu, it means the last letter of the noun itself.
All right.
Marfu.
The sign on it, will it have the mat, fatha, or kasra?
Yeah, so when it gets a dhamma, it's called marfu'un. Dhamma tanween or a dhamma is called marfu', and it's called nominative case in English. When it takes a fatha or fatha tanween,
Mm-hmm.
it's called mansub.
Yes.
Got it now? Like here,
Yes.
ashhadu anna Muhammadan. Can you see anna is coming? It's not coming
Yes.
in anna Muhammad. It's getting
Okay.
a fatha tanween because
Perfect.
of anna.
All right. Perfect. Thank you. Thank you so much.
And finally, kasra. When a noun gets a kasra, the last letter is called halatul majroor. Majroor. So it can have a kasra tanween or a kasra, like ayyu shahrin mudaf mudaf ilay. Ayyu yawmin mudaf mudaf ilay. Yawmin is getting a kasra tanween. As-sa'atu ala sariri. The watch is on the bed.
Bed.
Yes. So can you see the word as-sariri is getting a kasra? So
Yes.
this is a genitive case because of the preposition of ala.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Right. Clear, everyone else? Any other questions from anyone? Does anyone else have a question? Okay, no. Right, let's continue. Right, okay. Let's bring next person will be Sister Parveen Razai.
Assalamualaikum, Sheikh.
Alaikum salam, bismillah. Continue from here. If the mubtada has one dhamma, bismillah.
If the mubtada is one dhamma, it changed to be to one fatha after n.
So al-mudarrisu.
Al-mudarrisu jadidun. Innal mudarrisa jadidun.
So what's happening here now? What's changed?
N as al-mudarrisu jadidun is mudarris is dhamma, and al-mudarris is fatha.
Exactly. So inna al-mudarrisa jadid. So mudarrisa is the ism of inna, jadidun is the khabar. So of course, what I'll do, once I teach this lesson, then I'll give you the examples from the ayat of the Quran, then you will understand what inna is doing. It gives how it changes a sentence and what emphasis is given. Inshallah, I'll do that next session. Continue. Aminatu.
Aminatu talibatun. Inna Aminata talibatun. Again, is a ta with the fatha, and Aminatun is ta with the dhamma.
Yeah, so Aminato, because it's in book 1 and book 2, we spoke about nouns or names of individuals which end with a ta marbuta at the end. They do not take a dhamma tanween or any tanweens. They only takes one dhamma, one fatha, and that's the reason why it's Aminato. Even though there's no alif lam with Amina, because it's a name, it takes only one dhamma. So when you take the fatha, it's with one fatha, not fatha tanween. Inna Aminata. No, Aminatan is incorrect.
Okay.
Continue. Last point. If the mubtada.
If the mubtada is to dhamma, they change to fatha.
Correct.
Hamidun marizun.
Mhm.
In Hamidan marizun. The same thing is Hamidan is to double fatha and Amidun is double dhamma.
Excellent. Is that clear for you?
Yes, thank you.
Brilliant. Right. Okay. Can you do the last point as well? Point number 3. If the mubtada is.
Okay, 1 second. I can't see this one. If the mubtada is a pronoun, it changed to its
Corresponding
mubtada from
no.
mansoob from.
Yes.
Inna anta qaniyun.
Okay.
Innaka qaniyun.
Okay, now I'm going to go through this point. So what does this mean? So what's the difference between sister anta ghaniyun? What does that mean? You are
rich.
And when you say innaka ghaniyun, what's happened? What's the difference between anta and innaka? What's the difference between the two?
Innaka, it's noon with shadda.
Okay, correct. And what's the difference between why is it not inna anta? Why is it innaka?
Innaka, you, surely you
Because
are
it's
rich.
included you. Innaka ghani means you are rich.
Yes, but why can you not say inna anta? Why can you not say that?
Because of a person.
Surely you.
It's already there, you, because ka.
Use for person.
Yeah.
I guess.
Okay, the original sentence was
pronouns are always in marfu form.
Mashallah. No, Sister Parveena Qadhi has answered the question. Let me explain this now, and I think probably this is the point I'm not gonna go any further than this point today because it's the first lesson, and I think I don't want to give you a bombshell blast of Arabic grammar today. So this is gonna be enough on this point.
Can you please repeat what she said? So that
I'll explain. I'll explain. Anta ghaniyun. You are rich. Now, anta is the mubtada, correct?
Yes.
Ghaniyun is the
adjective.
Khabar.
Khabar. You are rich. You are mubtada. Ghaniyun is the khabar. Now, the anta itself is situated in halatul marfu. Halatul marfu. As you know, that if anta wasn't there, if we had a different word, if I said ar-rajulu ghaniyun, and as you know that the mubtada and the khabar, both of these nouns are always in the state of halatul marfu, dhamma or dhamma tanween. Yes, you remember that?
Yes.
Yes. Now, the pronouns, when you have a pronoun which is going to become, now listen to this point carefully. When you have a pronoun which is going to come in the beginning of a sentence, can you use ka or anta? Which way will you be used? If you say you are rich, can you say ka ghaniyun?
No.
No.
Innaka.
Exactly. So in the Arabic language, there are different pronouns which are used in a sentence depending upon the sentence construction itself. So because when we say you are rich, it's a beginning of the sentence. For this reason, we have to use anta ghaniyun. So anta, this type of pronouns, now I'm just going to teach this and that's going to be everything. Just give me 1 second.
So basically, anta is a standalone pronoun that can start a sentence, but ka needs to come with something.
MashaAllah. Thank you ever so much. Ahsanti, may Allah reward you. Thank you for that explanation. Yes.
Thank you.
So these pronouns over here now. So can you see marfu? It says here on this, I'll send this again in the group. Marfu forms, pronouns of raf. The separate form, dhamirun munfasilun. So these pronouns, huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma. What should I read this? Sister Nazar, Bismillah. Assalamu alaikum rahmatullah. Come on the mic.
Wa alaikum salam.
How are you?
Alhamdulillah, how are you?
Bismillah. Can you read these? Huwa, huma. Go ahead. Translate them as well. Huwa, he.
Huwa, he, huma, two, he, them, whom, they all. Hiya, she, huma, the female, two, hunna, all, plural. Anta, you, antuma, two of you, antum, all of you. Anti, female, you, antuma, two, antuna, all of you. Ana, I, and nahnu, you.
Exactly.
I mean, we.
We. Now these pronouns here, they always come. These pronouns, huwa, huma, hum, these are pronouns which are used when they are coming as a subject, as a mubtada in a nominal sentence. They will. These are the independent, individual nouns. They're never attached to a.
It will always be in the front, not attached to anything. The attachment will be the pronoun.
Exactly. Jazakallah for that. So, huwa, huma, hum, they always come independently, detached from any preposition or particles itself. Is this clear for everyone so far?
Yes.
Sister Sukaina, Sister Kulthum, Sister Zabunisa, Sharabano, is that clear for you?
Yes. Thank you.
Okay. Now the ones which attach, are these ones. So huwa gets changed to who. Like for example, it says here, hu, huma, hum, ha, huma, hunna, ka, kuma, kum, ki, kuma, kunna, ya, ana. So the nahnu becomes na. So these are the ones. These pronouns can come as. Can you see the word nasab has been mentioned?
Yes.
Nasab means they are in mansub. Jar means they are majroor. What does that mean, Sisters Abu Nisa?
Mansub means the word will end with fatha, and majroor, the word will come with kasra. The end will come with kasra.
Yeah, that is correct. But the one thing you need to remember, pronouns itself, all pronouns, there's a term which we use in Arabic, are mabni. Mabni, I'll write that. Sister Sukaina Ashraf, have you got a keyboard, an Arabic keyboard on your phone? Okay, she's not listening. Okay, that's fine. Okay, let me write this in the chat box. Mabni. So what you Sister Zabulisa, what you have said is absolutely correct. But the one thing you need to remember, pronouns are indeclinable. They do not change it does not change its harakat. They always remain the way they are. So when, for example, if you want to say So if you want to say Muhammad's book, how would you say that, Sister Abu Nisa?
Muhammad's book.
Yeah, Kitabu
Kitabu Muhammadun.
Muhammadin, Muzaf ilayh.
Kitabu Muhammadin.
If you want to say Ali's book, how would you say that?
Kitabu Aliyin.
Correct. Now, Kitab is Mudaf, Aliyin is Mudaf ilayh. Correct. Next question I'll ask you, how would you say his book?
Kitabuhu.
So, Kitabuhu, what does that translate?
His book.
What type of construction is this? Is it Mudaf ilayh?
Yeah, it's Mudaf Mudafili.
Why have you not given Kitabuhu, the hu, a kasra? When can you say Kitabuhi?
Because it's mabni, it cannot change who.
Exactly. Is it clear for you now? What is mabni? So the noun itself, even though it remains with a dhamma, but it's located, the place which is coming, it should have received a kasra because it's mudaf ilayh. But because of being mabni, it remains as it is. It does not change. Is that clear? Sister Parveen Naqvi, Sister Parveen Razai, Sister Parveen Razai, or Sister Zainab Nadri, Parwa, is that clear for yourself?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm trying to read the text as well in here. The slide you have shared. Yes.
Yeah.
The pronouns are mabni fixed. They are not declinable. Okay. Yes. Now it's clear. Thank you.
Okay. So this is what it means. Now, let me go to this slide here now. This will make it even clearer for you. So, Sister Razhab, Bismillah, come on the mic.
Yeah.
So over here now, can you see the example on top? Kitabu
Yeah.
Muhammadin, Muhammad's book. You can also say in Arabic, instead of saying Muhammad's book, you can say his book, mudaf ilayh. So here now, Kitabuhu, who is mudaf ilayh? It doesn't take the kasra tanween, it remains with a dhamma. Huma remains with a fatha. They are mabni nouns, they are indeclinable, they don't change, they're fixed. So go through them, please. Sorry, let me just go back. Sorry, just 1 second. Yep, go through.
Can you just make it, hang on.
I am. There you go.
Okay. Kitabuhu, kitabuhuma, kitabuhum, kitabuha, kitabuhuma, kitabuhunna, kitabuka, kitabukuma, kitabukum, kitabuki, kitabukuma, kitabukunna, kitabi, kitabuna.
Exactly. So here, and these are the detached pronouns. Huwa, huma, hum, hiya, huma, hunna.
Yeah.
Okay, and these ones here, huma, hum, they can come in the state of mansub and majroor.
Majroor.
Yeah, example here, kitabuhu, kitabuhuma. This is the state of majroor. Now, the case of mansub, I'll send this, if you want me, shall I send this across in the group again?
Yes, please.
Yes,
Okay.
please.
Now, over here, when it said, let me just read this now. If the mubtada is a pronoun, it changes to its corresponding mansub form. So, anta is the detached pronoun, which is coming as a subject. This will now change to its corresponding form, which is ka. Is that clear now, what that means now? Ka is the pronoun which is able to attach to, because inna, as you know, when inna comes, it attaches to the ism. The ism of inna is always mansub. So ka now is coming in the place of mansub. Ka is coming as the ism of inna, and as you know, the ism of inna should end with a fatha itself. But because ka is a fixed noun, ka is referring to you, not referring to the ism of inna. It's a fixed noun. Sister Zamrasa, does that make sense?
Yes.
Right, okay. Now, on the page number, let me just show you. If you see over here, this is a really good example. So if a sentence which started with huwa, a sentence which started with hiya, a sentence which started with anta, anti, ana, hum, hunna, antum, antunna, and nahnu, if the sentence started with this, and then you're going to bring inna, it's showing you how it will be changed to. It shows you how it will change. Now I'm going to ask, can I ask Sister Munira to go through them, please?
Assalamu alaikum, Sheikh.
Go ahead.
Inna plus huwa innahu. Inna plus hiya innaha. Inna plus anta innaka. Inna plus anti innaki. Inna plus ana innani or inni. Inna plus hum innahum. Inna plus hunna innahunna. Inna plus antum innakum. Inna plus antunna innakunna. Inna plus nahnu innana or inna.
Is that clear for you now?
Yes.
Any questions from anyone so far? Does anyone have any questions?
No, Sheikh.
Yes,
Is that clear for so far?
very clear.
Yes, thank you.
Right. I'm going to bring everyone on the mic. Does anyone have an appointment, or does anyone have to make some food? Does anyone have
Not
to make
me.
some? Any children you have to go to bed, or any children which have to go bedtime?
Yes,
Who's this?
me, Farwa.
What time? You got kids? You got? Okay, give me. It's 10 minutes. Okay, Sister Farwa.
Sure,
10
sure, of course. Please take your time, no rush.
Yeah, it's 10 minutes. Okay, Farwa, come on the mic.
Yes.
So what's going to happen now? So a sentence which was huwa tajir. What does that mean?
He is a merchant.
So he is a merchant. Now, if you want to say surely he is a merchant, let me make it full screen. 1 second.
Innahu taji.
Correct. Innahu tajirun. What does that mean?
Indeed, he is a merchant.
And the number 2, please.
Ana talibun. I am a student.
Correct.
Inna talibun. Indeed, I am a student.
No, the inni. Inni or inna.
Oh, for a female, yeah. Inni talibatun.
Button. Yeah, inni talibatun. Correct. Is that clear?
Yes, yes.
Right. Okay, next one I'm going to ask is Sister Zainab Nadari.
Yes, Sheikh.
3 and 4.
Hum minal Yabani. They are from Japan. Innahum minal Yabani. Indeed, they are from Japan. Antum askiya. You are askiya are the
intelligent.
Pure ones. Okay, intelligence. Antum, just a second. Antum.
You want to become this one here?
Innakum.
Yep.
Askiya.
Askiya.
For sure, you are the intelligent ones.
Exactly. Jazakallah. Is that clear?
Yes, Sheikh.
Right. Next one I'm going to ask is going to be who's going to be next? Sister Gulshan.
Yes.
Number 5 and 6.
Hiya mutajawwijatun. Mutajawwijatun. Inna. Innaha.
Correct.
Innaha mutajawwijatun.
Correct. Number 6.
Nahnu muslimun. Innana.
Correct. Or innana or
innana or inna muslimun.
Is that clear?
Yes, thank you.
Right. Next person will be Mr. Salma.
Can you make it slightly bigger, Sheikh?
Yes, I can.
Antunna mujtahiduna becomes inna kunna mujtahidatun.
Inna kunna mujtahidatun. Ahsanti. Number 8.
That says hunna muslimuna. Hunna muslimatun
Correct.
becomes innahunna muslimatun.
Inna hunna muslimatun. Ahsanti. Excellent. Next, is that clear, Sister Salma? Yes?
Yes, it's clear.
Brilliant. Next person, Sister Zabunisa.
Anta rajulun ghaniyun. You are a rich man.
Correct.
Innaka rajulun ghaniyun. Surely you are a rich man.
Excellent. Next one.
Anti zakiyatun. You are intelligent.
Correct.
Innaki zakiyatun. Surely you are intelligent.
Excellent. Right. Jazakallah. Sister Sharabanu. Bismillah.
Okay, sure.
Give me the following examples.
Okay. Al-mudarrisu jadidun. The teacher is new. Innal mudarrisa jadidun. Surely the teacher is new.
Excellent.
Fatimatu tabibatun. Fatima is a doctor, feminine. Inna Fatimata tabibatun. Surely Fatima is a doctor.
Excellent.
Hamidun mutazawwijun. Hamid is married. Inna Hamidan mutazawwijun. Surely Hamid is married.
Is that clear for you?
Yes. Sheikh, can I quickly ask something?
Yes, go ahead.
So when we say mabni, does it also mean fixed and indeclinable? Are they the same or?
So yeah, so when you say fixed, it means the same thing. Fixed and indeclinable. Indeclinable means that the harakat does not change. That's what indeclinable means. Fixed means the same thing, but it doesn't give that same connotation as indeclinable. So some people in English language, when you refer to different books in English, some use fixed noun, some use indeclinable noun as well. So both words are used as well to explain them.
Thank you very much.
No problem.
Salam, Sheikh. This is
Alaikum
Kulsum.
salam.
Can you hear me?
Yes, I can. Go ahead, Sister Kulsum.
I'm sorry, I told you I'm driving, so I'm
Yes.
just listening. And I have a question regarding the sentence that was Anta Rajulun Ganiyun.
Yep.
So here, if you look at the whole sentence, Anta is you. Is Rajulun khabar or is
Yes.
it
Yes, it's khabar.
It is cover. Okay,
Yes.
therefore, because I was just trying to figure out that if you're doing, if it was badal, then if you say annaka, it would be rajulan, correct?
Yeah, so exactly. So because what's happening is innaka is anta, you, ghaniyun. So it's you are ghani, rich. Rich is not, it's an adjective. It's coming as a statement itself, not as a
Okay,
not
so
as
ganiyun is manud, not manud.
no, it's not na'at manud, it's come as a khabar.
Khabar. So ganiyun is khabar and rajulun is khabar too?
No. So if you say which way, so rajulun ghaniyun. So rajulun ghaniyun. So a rajulu ghaniyun, the man is rich. So inna rajula ghaniyun. So rajula is the ism of inna, ghaniyun is the khabar.
Okay, because if you say anta rajulun ganiyun, I'm trying to dissect that particular sentence.
Yeah, if you say
but
anta, if you
I
say
don't have the book in front of me, so I
ghaniyun,
may not be.
yeah. So if you say anta rajulun ghaniyun, then it's different. Then you would have anta, because anta is a pronoun, it will be treated as the mubtada. Anta rajulun, you are a man. So rajulun will be treated as khabar, and ghaniyun will be treated as the adjective for the man. So rajulun ghaniyun will be the khabar, anta will be the mubtada itself.
Okay, thank you so much.
Yeah, okay. Right, okay. Good question. That was a good question. Okay. Right. Let's do some exercises here as well. Who is going to be Sister Parveen Razai? Bismillah, come on the mic. So now you need to add, Sister Parveen Razai, 1 and 2. You need to add the word inna in front of ad-darsu sa'bun, translate that, and then add inna in front of it. Bismillah.
Al-darsu sa'bun. The lesson is art. Inna al-darsu sa'bun.
Inna darsa sa'bun, correct?
As-sayyaratu jamilatun.
Correct.
The car is beautiful. Inna sayyara tu jamilatu.
Inna sayyarata.
Inna sayyarata jamilatu.
Jamilatun, correct. Jazakallah. Sister Zainab Nadri, Bismillah, 3 and 4.
Al-Qur'anu kitabullahi. Inna al-Qur'ana kitabullahi.
Correct. Number 4.
Muhammadun sallallahu alayhi wa sallam Rasulullahi. Inna Muhammadan or Muhammada.
Muhammadan.
Inna Muhammadan sallallahu alayhi wa sallam Rasulullahi.
Jazakallah. Excellent. Sister Nazhat, numbers 5 and 6.
Aminatu talibatun. Inna aminata talibatun.
Excellent.
Al-lughatul arabiyya sahla. Inna al-lughatul arabiyyata sahlatun.
MashaAllah. So al-lughat al-arabiyya, it's sifa mawsuf, but is coming as the mubtada, and sahlatun is the khabar. Excellent. Sister Parveen Naqvi, 7 and 8.
7 and 8. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Hazihi sa'atu ghaliyatun. Inna hazihi, it's not going to change. So inna hazihi. So it's going to stay the same.
Correct.
Sa'at.
So
inna hazihi sa'ata ghaliyatun.
Yeah, because hadhi is mabni, so
yeah,
but it still has a haraka, it has a position which is coming in. It's coming as the ism of inna. So hadha should have got a fatha. As-sa'ata is the actual phrase which is attached to hadhi, so it's called badal. So whenever inna after hadhi has alif lam, it's called badal. It's a phrase together, a joint phrase. So inna hadhi sa'ata, it's one phrase, and ghaliyatun is the khabar itself.
Khabar. So inna hazihi sa'ata ghaliyatun. Number 8, Bilalun ghaniyun. Inna Bilalan ghaniyun. Ghabiyun.
Yeah.
Sorry, Ghabiyun.
Yeah, Ghabiyun is a beautiful fool.
What does ghaliyatun mean?
Ghaliyatun is expensive.
Expensive. Al-mudiru fil fasli.
Jazakallah, thank you. Let me get someone else on the last one. Sister Abdul Nisa, 9 and 10.
Al-mudiru fil fasli. The principal in the class. Innal mudira fil fasli. Surely the principal is in the class.
Excellent.
Al-ma'u baridun. The water is cold. Innal ma'a baridun. Surely the water is cold.
Jazakallah. How did you find that?
Yeah, we are doing this repeat, so it's in mind. The last time we did this. This is the second time I'm repeating, so this is in my mind. So this
We haven't done it.
Yes.
Yeah, she's from a different group. She's joining for revision. How did you find it clear, Sister Nazhat?
Alhamdulillah, yes, I'm getting there.
Yeah, I'm taking my time with yourself, so I'm not going to rush the book itself because it's a challenging book. So it takes a few lessons to adapt yourself. Sister Farwa, Sister Zainab, how do you find it?
Thank you so much. It was very, you explained it very nicely. So, it was not hard to understand or follow.
Yeah. So yeah, I'm going to take my time. So I'll send you a handout on this as well, just to give you some more thumbs up and also give you some explanation, because there's also other words which does the same action as inna, which are called the sisters of inna as well. So inshallah, next week we'll talk about that. So for today, as an introduction for book 3 is more than sufficient today, inshallah. Any questions from anyone?
I was just noticing in when we put inna, it is the whole sentence, isn't it? It will not come in between. The inna will not come. So when we start the inna, it will be a whole sentence, isn't it?
Yeah, inna can come in the middle as well. It will be anna. So sometimes it can come in the middle of a sentence. It will change from inna to anna. And normally, when it comes in the middle of a sentence, it's normally coming as a statement for something.
Okay.
Inshallah, we'll do that next lesson, inshallah. Okay?
Inshallah.
Jazakallah khair al-jazah. Allahumma salli
Jazakallah.
ala Ali Muhammad wa
Jazakallah, Maulana.